Coming up, an annual tradition comes back to CUSE. More about the week-long event that's bringing two student groups together and how they want to make an impact.
Also, SA candidates try to pitch what they can do for the SU community, but it seems they have a bigger problem on their hands.
And curiosity gets the best of kids as they search for books. How SU Literacy Corps made learning fun this past weekend. All that and more on CitrusTV News. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alex Resnick.
And I'm Rachel Wolsky. For the first time in over a year, Impact Week is back on campus, and that's our top story tonight. It's a week where students dedicate their time to community service. Impact Week was started by the Student Association back in 2012.
The group paired students with volunteer opportunities at nonprofit organizations, but SA dropped the event in 2013. Now they're giving it another shot. SA is partnering with Residence Hall Association to organize this week's events. The kickoff is tonight, and local nonprofit leaders will speak at a panel at 7 p.m. in Shine.
Some of the activities planned include volunteering for the Food Bank of Central New York and helping out with Meals on Wheels. Now live in the studio with us, we have Netta Sashar, who helped coordinate this week's events. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Now, what is your role in this week's Impact Week?
So I'm the Director of Civic Engagement for Residence Hall Association. I was the one who initially approached the Student Engagement Chair of Student Association and asked if we could partner up to sponsor Impact Week together and plan all the events. So pretty much both of us are like the parents.
You know, that's great that you're so involved. What was it about Impact Week that initially left an impact on you?
Well, I contributed to Impact Week my first semester freshman year. At the time, I went to one of their events. I was a member of SA. I was one of 4 people who attended their events, all of which were also members of SA. And later on, as I continued to grow my roots and go out into the community and whatnot, I realized it really wasn't fair to seclude this enormous opportunity to only members of SA, and really wanted to branch out to other branches in the university.
Now, what are some highlights of this week's Impact Week? I know they spoke of Meals on Wheels. What kind of other things are going to be happening this week?
Well, one thing that we wanted to stress during this Impact Week was that it's about different levels of involvement. And involvement is not just about going out into the community and volunteering your time. Some people are just physically incapable or don't have the capabilities of doing so. So this year, we've decided to bring a lot of nonprofit panels onto campus as well and really get a conversation going among students. One in particular is a partnership between us and Phi Sigma Pi, the honors fraternity. We've invited a group of nonprofit leaders onto campus for Wednesday, April 15th, and we're going to be discussing their impact in the communities and the ways that students can hope to get involved.
All right, Netta, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to the rest of Impact Week.
Thank you.
Thanks. This current SA board only has a month left, and 2015 candidates have their eye on the prize. But it looks like candidates will need to do more than just show up to state their case. They need people to come and listen. Only one student attended the SA candidate forum on Sunday night. This was an opportunity for the candidates to show their faces and answer students' questions. Despite the record low attendance, panel moderators asked candidates questions for about 15 minutes before ending. And the campaign for writing candidates isn't doing much better. Only 3 people attended the town hall meeting in Newhouse. The candidates hope to discuss their campaign progress and their platforms. Although few showed up, the pair went on to talk about their anti-sexual assault platform and transparency of issues on campus.
There may be more options for off-campus housing in the future. A development company has finalized its plan to construct a new student housing complex in the outer Comstock area. And the building would be on the east corner of the East Brighton Avenue and Thurber Street. Plans call for a 5-story building that consists of a first-floor parking garage and 4 floors of apartment units. Sounds very nice. Whitman students faced off for the best business plan last weekend. It was the 13th annual Panache Business Plan competition. Undergrad and grad students pitched their plans to experienced judges. Cash prizes were awarded to the most innovative ideas. A senior information management and technology major won first place. He walked away with $20,000.
If you snooze, you lose. While books may bore some kids to sleep, SU Literacy Corps rewards others who pick up books for fun. Jeff Slauson reports.
Running, screaming, and books? While most students were just crawling out of bed last Saturday, a scavenger hunt sponsored by the Syracuse University Literary Corps was in full swing. Book It for First Book is an event established to provide reading materials to Syracuse City schools.
We were raising money for our philanthropy First Book, which helps children in the Syracuse City School District get their first books.
The scavenger hunt spanned across 11 buildings on campus with a different clue at each location. Each team was given prizes for participating, with the winning team receiving gift cards to Possibilities and Wonderworks. 20 students in 4 different teams paid to participate in the event, which helped the Syracuse University Literary Corps both gain exposure and money.
First and foremost, we raise money, which is like our ultimate goal for First Book, so we can buy books for the Syracuse City School District. But it's also a success in the sense that like we're making our presence known on campus. Students are coming out and supporting, seeing what it is that we do, and just making people aware.
100% of the proceeds today from Book It for First Book will be going toward buying books for 2 different schools in the Syracuse School District area. SU Literary Corps believes that $10 can donate over 3 books to kids, hoping to raise over 30 books. For CitrusTV News, I'm Jeff Slauson.
You may have noticed the hundreds of pinwheels blowing in the wind today. They're planted on the lawn between Shine and Newhouse. Falk College and other student groups plant pinwheels every April for Child Abuse Awareness Month. Each pinwheel represents a safe and healthy childhood.
It's a dash to the finish line with only 2 weeks left of classes, and the stress isn't getting any easier. That's why the Office of Health Promotion is hosting Wellness Week starting today. Meditation and yoga are just some of the many activities planned for this week. There will be stress therapy dogs and massages on the quad on Thursday. Just set aside some time to relax and enjoy the good weather while it lasts. And for more campus news, be sure to check us out on social media, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter, where we post the latest breaking news.
Hamilton College students are still hiding out in the classrooms after this morning's bomb threat. The school went into full lockdown mode around 11 a.m. Police got the call around 9:45 this morning about a bomb and shooting threat. Police are looking into a suspicious package found in an academic building. An X-ray unit is on its way from Albany to inspect the package. And coming up, there's fierce competition for the Republican ticket in 2016.
We'll tell you who else officially joined the race today when we come back.
We've had a beautiful day today. The winds have been breezing in at around 15 miles an hour, and some of this cloud cover is making it feel a little under 80 degrees right now, although as you can see behind me, many students are still enjoying the wonderful weather. Now we are expecting some rain showers tonight, but when will we see that sun again? I'll let you know in a few minutes.
I think that CitrusTV is important because especially this year, Syracuse has been in the news so often, and we've often been there first to be able to cover that and really deliver it to the students.
CitrusTV News is for our campus and our students.
The great thing about Citrus is we allow students to tell their stories, and we get to listen to their concerns.
Citrus is important because we cover campus news in a way that no one else really does.
CitrusTV is the voice of Syracuse University, and it's something we're very proud of and a responsibility that we take very seriously.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back to Citrus TV News live at 6. And we have an update on the Hamilton College story. We now have discovered that Hamilton College is no longer on lockdown, but classes were canceled after 2, and the package was discovered as to be non-threatening. And after being convicted of murder, Jodi Arias has been sentenced to life in prison without parole. Arias killed her boyfriend in a jealous rage in 2008 and avoided the death penalty after 2 different juries refused to reach a verdict. During her hearing today, Arias apologized for what she did and says she wanted to take it all back. And a print shop operator was killed today on his way to work after a gunman hit him in North Carolina. The shooting took place on a community college campus. Police say the 2 men who knew each other. After the shooting, the campus and a local elementary school went on lockdown and canceled classes. According to officials, the gunman is still at large.
Republican Senator Marco Rubio will be entering the 2016 presidential race. The Florida senator is looking to become the country's first Hispanic president, but he's definitely got competition against big-name candidates. Rubio will race against Rand Paul and Ted Cruz for the Republican ticket. His official announcement comes out tonight.
And here's what's happening around the world. Protesters marched on the streets of Brazil today calling for the impeachment of their president. The president's political party is at the center of an investigation into a kickback scheme with an oil company. The marchers vowed to return another day if the government doesn't take actions. The president's approval rating is around 13%.
And Turkey will no longer visit the Vatican after a comment made by the Pope yesterday. Pope Francis said the killing of Armenians under Ottoman rule in World War I was genocide. Turkey has always disagreed with that and said the deaths were part of a civil conflict in the World War. 1.5 million Armenian Christians were killed by Ottoman forces in 1915, and the conflict still causes problems between Turkey and Armenia.
We've seen a really sunny day today, although the clouds are starting to roll in already. We did get up to our high of right around 80 degrees and it's starting to feel a little bit cooler. Of course, with some of those winds at 20 miles an hour, it feels a little bit cooler than that, especially with those clouds. Now, we are above our average high for this time of the year, which is usually around 56, not quite as high as it was in 1945 at 85 degrees, but thankfully we're getting out of those low temperatures like we had been seeing in February and even in March. Now, looking out across the Northeast, we are one of the warmer areas of New York State right now. There's a cold front that you'll see in just a little bit that's coming through, bringing some of that cooler temperatures across the Great Lakes. Looking at our Doppler radar, this is a rainstorm we are going to see tonight, although it's pretty clear right now that will be coming through. This is that low pressure front that's bringing all of that rain that we will see into tonight. We have a 100% chance it's definitely going our way. Lows at 47 degrees. The winds are still going to stay pretty high at 22 miles an hour. Now for tomorrow, we will still see some of that sun. There will be some clouds scattered throughout the afternoon, a high of 63 degrees, and the winds will calm down just a little bit, down to 15 miles an hour. Of course, those are still pretty strong if you live anywhere near the dome. Now looking at our 5-day forecast, we're going to see 60 degrees throughout the entire week, partly cloudy skies on Wednesday and Thursday, although we are expecting some more rain showers this weekend, and temperatures will stay pretty warm, up into 70 degrees on Thursday, although we will get into the 60s once those rain showers come through.
You know, I'm not looking forward to that rain, but while it was nice today, Caroline, what'd you do to enjoy the day?
I got to sit outside, right outside of the Hall of Languages, thankfully, although I think I'm a little sunburnt because I'm not used to so much sun.
Well, you definitely got some color.
Yeah, I know. I definitely was sitting on my roof yesterday trying to get a little bit of color. And are we going to see temperatures like we did yesterday and today extend? I know like temperatures are dipping a little bit into this like lower 60s, but we're going to see those high, beautiful temperatures stay.
We will, especially as we continue through April and into May. The temperatures will stay pretty warm. We might have some days that get a little bit cooler, especially in the morning. It might be down to 50 degrees with some of those overnight lows into the 40s.
All right, Caroline Strange, thank you so much for joining us. And haven't booked your vacation flight yet? We'll tell you who ranks #1 as the most dependable airline.
And Pitch Perfect 2 won't be in theaters for another month, but the show's producers are jumping the gun. We'll tell you what's next for the acapella hit.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! Hey,
smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
I grew up in the housing projects of Cleveland. I didn't even know that life could be any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
No launch today for SpaceX due to cloudy skies in Florida. SpaceX was set to launch a cargo capsule bound for the International Space Station. All was well leading up to the 4:33 p.m. launch, but fast-moving clouds rolled in 2 minutes before takeoff. Well, the travel website Wanderbat has released the 22 most dependable airlines in the world. Each were ranked on time performance, cost to check bags, and average age of the planes. Qatar Airlines was ranked number 1 as it recently began giving passengers designer fragrances and lotions, while Air Berlin was ranked last due to financial struggles.
And now for a look at entertainment. A piece of history hits the auction block today. Alan Turing's handwritten notebook is expected to sell for more than $1 million. Turing's book includes the notes he used to crack German codes during World War II. Oscar-nominated actor Benedict Cumberbatch recently played the math and science genius in The Imitation Game. And fans of the Bard and Bellas rejoice. It looks like Pitch Perfect 3 is already in the works. Rebel Wilson, who plays Fat Amy, has confirmed that she will star in the third movie. The second movie will hit theaters next month.
Coming up, we've got a look at what the Syracuse Chiefs did over the weekend to reach out to fans for the upcoming season. And we'll show you how the men's lacrosse team fared down in North Carolina, taking on the 4th-ranked Tar Heels. And could Jordan Spieth cap off a wire-to-wire victory at the Masters? Stay tuned, sports is next.
Huntington! Every proper bear knows that the right fit means everything. Especially when it comes to car seats.
Oh, really? I just did what any bear would do.
So know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size.
I like it.
To learn more, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, where's that bear?
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
How you doing? My name's Steve. My family's lived in this neighborhood for years. Recently, things got so tight, we had to go to our local food bank for help. I lost a lot of sleep worrying about what the neighbors might think. That is until I saw them there, too. How'd I do, Steve?
A little stiff. You could have done a little better.
What? Come on. You know, I have an Academy Award.
Yeah, but not for playing me.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
The Chiefs are gearing up for opening day on Thursday, but this past weekend they had a fan event called Springfest. The Chiefs had the lowest attendance in the International League last year, but the organization says it is because they reported actual fans in the seats instead of any fans that paid for tickets whether they were at the game or not. We went to Springfest on Saturday to see what the team had in mind to help draw in new fans. Take Me Out to the Ball Game is the theme song of spring and summer. The Syracuse Chiefs are preparing for their 2015 home opener with a tradition of their own. They call it Springfest. Springfest is an opportunity for fans to check out some things they might not get to on game day. They can go on the field to play a game of catch with dad, or get food like a hot dog or two, or even go to the dugouts to get a sneak peek. One family I spoke with talked about how much they love a good day at the ballpark.
Here we come out probably 15, 20 times.
And what's your favorite part about coming to a Chiefs game?
You get to keep a bat.
Okay. And what's your favorite part about coming to a Chiefs game?
To get a hat.
But even though fans were here to play ball, the Chiefs' attendance slipped last year to finish last in the International League in attendance. In fact, the season's attendance between 2013 and 2014 dropped by almost 100,000 fans. While the weather wasn't particularly ideal today for Springfest, the Chiefs are hoping events like this and promotions like Pregnancy Night will help avoid what you see all around me, empty seats. But after all, they just hope that when fans do care about coming back to the ball game, they're rooting for the home team. Reporting in NBT Bank Stadium, Jacob Reynolds.
Thanks, Jake. Great story there. Syracuse Chiefs looking to repeat the success they had last year. Now, back to the Hill. Syracuse lacrosse was in action over the weekend. They were in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, taking on the 4th-ranked Tar Heels, playing only their 3rd game outdoors. Let's head out to Fetzer Field and show you how this all went down. Randy Stott's back in action for the Orange after missing 3 straight games. Tar Heels will get off to a fast start here. It's Chad Tutton. A low shot beats Bobby Wardwell 2-0, 8:37 left in the first quarter. Jump to the second quarter, it's 5-1 Tar Heels. Henry Schoonmaker rips it from the top, beats Kieran Burke 5-2 Tar Heels. Towards the end of the second half, North Carolina already up 3, and Tutton scores again. Another low shot beats Wardwell 10-6 at the half. Wardwell would be pulled in favor of Warren Hill. He wouldn't do much better. Jimmy Bitter makes it 14-7, 5:40 left in the third. Syracuse would attempt to come back. Tom Grimm brings them to within 2. It's 17-15, but that's as close as they would get. Here, Dylan Donahue's going to look for Kevin Rice. A big check from the defender, loses the ball, and that would seal it. North Carolina beats Syracuse 17-15, handing them their second ACC loss. Well, tomorrow night, the Orange is back inside the Dome, taking on the Statesmen of Hobart. The two teams will battle for the Kraus-Simmons Trophy in what has been a long-standing upstate New York rivalry. SU will try to rebound from the loss over the weekend to UNC, but will be without midfielder Henry Schoonmaker. Schoonmaker injured his shoulder against the Tar Heels and missed the entire second half of the game. Randy Stotts will play against the Statesmen despite being seen limping off the field on Saturday afternoon. And now to everybody's favorite rivalry, the Yanks and Red Sox closed out a 3-game set last night at Yankee Stadium. The Bronx Bombers came into this game hitting a lowly 193, but they were able to turn things around against Clay Buchholz and the Sox. Trying to avoid a 3-game sweep here, it's Alex Rodriguez. Double into the gap with the bases loaded. They're going to send everyone around the bases. Brian McCann chugging around. Beats the throw. That's a 4-0 lead for the Sox. Later on in the first, it's Chase Headley with a bomb to the right field seats. Makes it 6-0 Yankees. They weren't done there. It's Stephen Drew, a solo shot, again to the right field seats. 7-0 in the first inning. And here in the fourth, they wouldn't stop. Brett Gardner singles up the middle. Ellsbury scores. Gregorius scores. The Yanks take a 9-3 lead. They take this one 14-4. Well, a tradition unlike any other came to an end this weekend, and the Masters did not fail to live up to its billing. 21-year-old Jordan Spieth had been leading the tournament all along and came into the final round with a 4-shot lead. Tiger Woods had some advice. He's been there before, 54-hole lead in a major. And here on the 9th, Tiger looks to be in some pain from the pine straw. Not a bad shot. But we're going to take a look back at this one. Tiger would dislocate his wrist on this shot, hits a tree root, would finish the round 1 over, 5 under for the tournament, tied for 17th. Move to the 10th, Jordan Spieth, a long putt for birdie, and he buries it. Moves to 18 under, extending his lead. Phil Mickelson had a great day on Sunday here on 15 from the sand, and he gets it to go. That's an eagle. Moves to 14 under. He would finish there in second place. Here, Spieth gets to 19 under, a Masters record. He would fall to 18, tying Tiger Woods' overall record. And there, finishes off the win, takes the green jacket. The 21-year-old phenom looks good in green.
It's impressive for a 21-year-old. I'm 22 and I couldn't play golf like that. But I know Rory McIlroy was kind of on everybody's minds for a while as kind of the new up-and-coming player, but now Jordan Spieth's kind of getting in the picture. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, we saw Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson kind of have that rivalry and challenge each other. It could be the same thing with Jordan Spieth and Rory McIlroy. Both very, very good players.
All right, thanks so much for joining us, Barth.
Thank you.
And it's tough getting that summer job, and a good interview can make a difference.
But employees can slip up, too, asking things you legally don't have to answer. Stay tuned to what questions they're not allowed to ask.
If I got to go to college, oh my goodness. I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. You get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
So Caroline, what should we wear tomorrow when we wake up?
Well, it's going to be a little chilly in the morning, so maybe have a light sweater that you can take off later in the afternoon because we're going to get all the way up to 60 again, but it shouldn't be raining, so no umbrella.
That's good news. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for joining us, Caroline. And any student hunting for a summer job or internship knows how stressful interviews can be. As you prep for that next gig, take note that certain questions are off limits.
A new survey by Career Builder shows that 20% of hiring managers have asked questions that are illegal. These specifically apply to details of your personal life.
Employers aren't allowed to ask about your religion, race, or political affiliation. It's also illegal to ask if you drink or smoke.
These laws are designed to prevent hiring discrimination, so to ensure you're not a victim, make sure you know your rights.
And that's all here from us at Citrus TV News Live at 6. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for SA Today and follow us on social media on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Once again, I'm Rachel Wolsky.
And I'm Alex Resnick. Have a great night, Syracuse. Thanks for joining us.